a city brimming with history, charm, and endless discoveries waiting to be made. Nestled in the heart of Yorkshire, England, this beautiful city boasts a rich tapestry of architectural wonders, cultural treasures, and natural beauty that beckons visitors from near and far. Whether you're a history buff, a culture enthusiast, or simply seeking a memorable adventure, York offers something for everyone to enjoy. Join me as we embark on a journey through this historic city and discover its most captivating sights and experiences. There are some buildings in the world that just stop you in your tracks. York Minster is one of them. A timeless testament to faith, craftsmanship, and majesty. No visit to York is truly complete without stepping into the awe-inspiring presence of York Minster, one of the most magnificent Gothic cathedrals in Europe and a spiritual heart of northern England. For over 1,000 years, this site has been the center of Christianity in the north of England, and today it stands as one of the most magnificent cathedrals you'll ever see. It's a masterpiece of Magnesian limestone and 2 million individual pieces of stained glass. Walking towards its soaring towers and incredibly detailed facade, you can't help but feel you're approaching something truly special. Every part of this place, from the vast, echoing nave to the tiniest detail in a medieval window, is designed to tell the story of Jesus Christ and inspire awe. York Minster is a stunning mix of architectural styles, but it's the Gothic design that will really take your breath away. As you walk into the nave, started in 1291, the first thing that hits you is the sheer scale of it. It's the widest Gothic nave in England, and your eyes are immediately drawn upwards along the soaring columns to the incredible vaulted ceiling. It feels like the whole space is flooded with light. At the far end, look for the Great West Window, finished around 1340. The beautiful flowing stonework at the top forms a shape that has earned it the nickname, the Heart of Yorkshire. You'll see why. The whole front of the Minster is an incredible sculpture gallery in its own right. York Minster is famous for its stained glass, but there are two windows you absolutely have to see. They tell very different but equally powerful stories. At the east end of the cathedral, you'll find what is perhaps the most incredible comic book in the world, made entirely of glass. The Great East Window is the largest single expanse of medieval stained glass on the planet, roughly the size of a tennis court. It was created between 1405 and 1408 by a genius of a glazier named John Thornton. And the story it tells is, well, everything. Across more than 300 panels, it shows the beginning and the end of time, from the story of creation in Genesis to the dramatic prophecies of the apocalypse in the book of Revelation. Imagine the ambition. It recently underwent a massive, decade-long restoration, and the colors are now as dazzling as they were 600 years ago. The Rose Window, a phoenix from the flames. In the south transept, the Rose Window tells a story of pure drama. The glass was installed around 1515 to celebrate the end of the Wars of the Roses and the union of the houses of Lancaster and York. For centuries, it was a symbol of peace. Then, on the 9th of July, 1984, disaster struck. A lightning bolt started a terrible fire that tore through the south transept. The Rose Window was heated to around 450 degrees Celsius, and it cracked into an estimated 40,000 tiny pieces. Many thought it was lost forever, but in an amazing feat of conservation, a team from the York Glaziers Trust, led by the heroic Peter Gibson, painstakingly put it back together. It took 4 years, but they saved it. Today, it shines not just as a symbol of Tudor unity, but as a powerful testament to the Minster's incredible spirit of survival. Beyond the main cathedral floor, there are two special places you won't want to miss. Attached to the north transept is the chapter house, a beautiful octagonal building from the 1280s where the cathedral's clergy used to meet. It's a stunning space, but its real genius is above your head. The incredible, star-shaped vaulted ceiling is made of wood, not stone. In a revolutionary piece of medieval engineering, it's supported entirely by the walls and hidden roof timbers, with no central column to get in the way. This makes the room feel wonderfully open and light. Take a moment to look at the 44 stone seats lining the walls. Above them is a gallery of fantastic carvings, including some very cheeky gargoyles, a serene Madonna and Child, and all sorts of expressive faces. One of the finest bits of history and sculpture remaining in York Minster is the screen that separates the transept and nave areas from the choir. Many medieval cathedrals separate their naves from the inner sanctum of the choir, dedicated to the religious services, a church within a cathedral, so to speak. Beneath the Minster floor lies a hidden world where the building's deepest secrets are revealed. The Undercroft Museum exists because of a crisis. In the 1960s, engineers discovered the massive central tower was in danger of collapsing, so they had to launch a huge project to strengthen its foundations. In doing so, They literally dug up the entire history of the site. A threat to the Minster's future led directly to the discovery of its ancient past. York Minster is so much more than just an old building. It's a living church, a national treasure, and a place where incredible craftsmanship is kept alive. It's a powerful testament to centuries of faith and the sheer determination of the people who have built, rebuilt, and protected it against all the odds. To walk through its doors is to walk through history, to witness breathtaking artistry, and to feel a real sense of wonder. I hope you enjoy discovering your own stories within its ancient, hallowed walls. In the heart of York lies the Shambels, a narrow, winding lane so steeped in history, it's mentioned in the Domesday Book of 1086. Widely regarded as one of the best preserved medieval shopping streets in Europe. Its timber-framed buildings, some dating back to the 14th and 15th centuries, lean so closely together that in places you can almost touch both sides with outstretched arms. Originally, the Shambels was the city's bustling butcher's quarter. The name comes from the Anglo-Saxon shammel, or fleshamels, meaning flesh shelves, the open wooden counters where cuts of meat were displayed. Many shops had their own slaughterhouses at the back, and the raised pavements with central channels, still visible today, were designed so butchers could wash blood and offal away twice a week. Look closely, and you can still spot original meat hooks fixed to some shop fronts. The overhanging upper stories weren't just charming medieval quirks. They sheltered the lower walls and kept meat shaded from the sun. This practical design has given the street its distinctive, almost storybook appearance. Today, the Shambels is a lively mix of boutique shops, chocolatiers, tea rooms, and artisan craft stores, but its medieval character remains intact. From ghostly companions to bottled enchantments, the shops here don't just sell things. They sell stories, moods, and a sprinkle of magic. Another thing that adds to the appeal of the Shambels is its connection to folklore. There are various ghostly legends associated with the quirky alley, including the Butcher's Boy and the Phantom Monks. York has a history of witch trials, too, with some rumors suggesting that curses and charms were once sold from the shops of the Shambels. Today's shops in the area play into this trope and leverage the association with huge witch-themed franchises like Harry Potter. There have been performances in public places in every major culture in the world, dating back to antiquity. In medieval Europe, local merchants would invite entertainers to their storefronts and public spaces to attract pedestrians and increase business. This tradition has continued in York, with King's Square being the home of street performance in York for over 40 years. entertaining upwards of 250,000 people a year. The square is a small open space in the heart of the city situated at the top of the Shambles. Since that time, it has seen performances from some of the best street performers from every continent, and has been home to several of the mystery and wagon plays, and even had the Clash stop by on their busking tour of the UK. Encircling the heart of York like a stone embrace, the city walls are the most complete medieval town walls in England, and they tell a story that stretches back nearly 2 millennia. Built mainly in the 13th century, atop earlier earth banks, they incorporate traces of Roman fortifications, Viking influence, and centuries of civic pride. At 3.4 kilometers, 2.1 miles long, this elevated walkway offers a unique perspective on the city's rooftops, spires, and cobbled streets. A full circuit takes around 2 hours at a leisurely pace. Longer if you pause to admire the 4 great fortified gateways, known as bars, the smaller posterns, arrow slits, musket loops. And the daffodil-lined slopes that burst into color each spring. The walls are divided into sections, each with its own character. Best of all, walking the walls is free and open daily. The ruins of St. Leonards Hospital, founded soon after the Norman Conquest. It was believed to be the largest medieval hospital in the north of England. The hospital also fed the poor and the condemned, providing meals for the prisoners in York Castle. Remains of the hospital's undercroft, next to York Central Library, can be accessed from the museum gardens to the right of the museum street entrance, and contains some of the museum's Roman and medieval stonework collections. The hospital was erected on the site of the former hospital St. Peter's, founded by King Athelstan, which was severely damaged in a fire in circa 1100. It was closely associated with the Minster, sharing the same grounds because it was so large. It was a self-sufficient building until the Reformation, circa 1522 to 1552, resulted in the religious aspects of hospitals being victimized, and consequently, St. Leonards was largely destroyed. This left York without a hospital from the time of Henry VIII to 1740. Overall, the main function of a medieval hospital was to care for the sick, the poor, the old, and the infirm. Nurses performed acts of care which included cleaning, feeding, clothing, and housing the sick. However, medieval men and women also had their spiritual health to contend with. A sacred spring lies at the very heart of the ancient monument and was used to heal the sick. Nestled in the heart of York, the York Oratory stands as an architectural marvel and a testament to the city's rich spiritual heritage. This Catholic church, characterized by its magnificent Gothic Revival style, invites visitors to step into a world of tranquility and historical significance. As you approach the oratory, the intricate stonework and towering spires command attention, making it an unmissable highlight on your travel itinerary. Beneath brooding skies, the equally brooding-looking swollen waters of the River Ouse, the Lendal Bridge was the second of the 3 modern road bridges built over the River Ouse in York. It replaced an earlier ferry service, which had operated from Barker Tower, and the southwest bank to Lendal Tower. The idea of a bridge at this location was first mooted in 1838, but just who would foot the bill became a point of controversy between the Corporation of York and the railway companies. Eventually, the Lendal Bridge and York Improvement Act was passed in 1860, and the foundation stone of the original bridge was laid later that year. However, tragedy struck in 1861 when the bridge collapsed during construction, killing 5 men. It had to be redesigned and was opened 2 years later. York is a city of 2 rivers, the mighty Ouse and the tiny Foss. They are mighty and tiny in terms of their catchment areas, but both can cause major flooding, and the history of their crossing points still resonate today in the layout of the city and its road system. People lived, fished, and traded along the rivers long before the Romans arrived in AD 71. They built the first timber bridge close to the medieval tunnel under the Guildhall known as Common Hall Lane. That bridge was repaired over the centuries and eventually replaced during York's Anglo-Scandinavian period, with a new timber bridge connecting their new road layout from Ousegate to Micklegate, which we still have today. That bridge collapsed under the weight of the crowd, greeting the exiled Archbishop William when he returned to York in 1154, and was replaced by a stone structure with small multiple arches. Rising from its grassy motte, Clifford's Tower is the last great remnant of York Castle. Once the political and military heart of northern England. Its commanding position offers sweeping views over York Minster, the city walls and the River Ouse, a panorama that has witnessed nearly a millennium of history. The first fortification here was built in 1068 by William the Conqueror as part of his campaign to secure the north. Initially, a timber motte and bailey castle, it became the stage for one of the darkest episodes in York's past. The present stone tower was commissioned by Henry III in the mid-13th century. Designed in a rare quatrefoil plan, 4 overlapping circles resembling a 4-leaf clover, unique in England and possibly inspired by French royal architecture. Over the centuries, it has served as a royal treasury, a prison, and a garrison. Its name, first recorded in 1596, may refer to Roger de Clifford, executed here in 1322 for rebelling against Edward II. Clifford's Tower has endured fire, storms, subsidence, and even an attempt by a 16th century jailer to dismantle it for building stone. Today, after careful conservation, visitors can explore its atmospheric interior, climb the restored wall walk, and take in 360-degree views of York's skyline. Tucked beneath a Grade II listed pub in St. Sampson's Square lies one of York's most unexpected treasures, the remains of a 1,900-year-old Roman bathhouse. Discovered by chance in 1930 during renovations of the then Mail Coach Inn, the site revealed a remarkably well-preserved caldarium, steam room, and parts of the Hippocaust heating system, once used by soldiers of the 9th Legion Hispana, stationed in the fortress of Eboracum from AD 71 to around AD 121. This was no humble washroom. Roman baths were the social hubs of their day, part spa, part gym, part meeting hall, where soldiers and citizens alike came to relax, gossip, strike deals, and unwind after drills. The This street was often known as Mucky PEG Lane. The lane led through to what used to be York's red light district in Grape Lane, or Grope Lane, as it was once called. The name Mucky PEG's Lane was therefore presumably a reference to Peg's trade in this area. Swinegate comes from the fact that there was once a pig market in this quarter. Situated smack bang in the middle of the city center, the Three Cranes is definitely a local's local. If you do manage to pluck up the courage to enter, there's a good chance if they don't recognize your face, you'll get a good staring at by the locals. But they do seem mostly harmless. In the shadows of the magnificent York Minster, in the heart of the city, stands the finest examples of a medieval timber-framed building. St. Williams Collage, York history, dates back to 1461 and is named after a nephew of King Stephen. Located next to York Minster is the wonderful statue honoring Constantine the Great. Sculptured attired in military dress, seated on his throne with one arm outstretched and the other holding a sword. All Saints stands in the center of one of the earliest paved streets in York, hence its name. It has played and continues to play an important role in the civic history of the city. It is the Guild Church of York, and 34 Lord Mayors are buried here. The present building dates from the 14th century, but there has been a church on this site for even longer. York isn't just a city. It's a treasure hunt with cobbled clues and ghostly giggles around every corner. One moment you're admiring a handcrafted spectre in a shop that looks like it's run by Victorian phantoms with a flair for interior design, and the next, you're knee-deep in potion bottles, Viking jewelry, or fudge so good it might be haunted too. With ghost merchants popping up like friendly apparitions and boutiques that seem to have been curated by eccentric time travelers, York's shopping scene is a delightful descent into the whimsically weird. And while the Shambels is the undisputed star of the show, with its crooked charm and spellbinding storefronts, don't stop there. The real magic happens when you wander beyond, letting York's winding streets reveal their hidden gems. Ditch the map, follow your curiosity, and let the city surprise you. Every alley is an invitation, every window a wink, and every purchase a story waiting to be told. If you're craving a meal that's equal parts delicious and delightfully offbeat, 8 o'clock is your culinary time machine. Tucked away in a charming courtyard just off High Eusgate, this restaurant serves up modern British fare with a twist and a clock-themed interior that's anything but ordinary. From the oversized timepieces to the whimsical decor, it's like dining inside a steampunk grandfather clock. Legend has it, the building once housed a watchmaker's workshop, and the restaurant cheekily keeps that legacy ticking. Tucked into the charming Galtres Lodge on Low Petergate, Forest isn't your average city center restaurant. It's a leafy little love letter to York's past and present. The name Forest harks back to the royal forest of Galtres, once sprawling right up to York's medieval walls. Established by Norman kings, this ancient woodland was a royal hunting ground, and while the deer are long gone, the spirit of nature lingers in Forest's lush, greenery-filled decor. From centuries-old taverns steeped in history to modern cocktail bars buzzing with character, York offers an unforgettable pub and bar scene that's as rich and varied as the city itself. Visitors could easily miss the gateway to Holy Trinity, at the end of Lady Row Cottages in Goodramgate, the most ancient row of humble domestic buildings in York, built in 1316. The church itself nestles in a secluded, leafy churchyard, with York Minster towering in the background. After St. Mary Bishop Hill Jr., it is the oldest medieval church within the city walls of York. Dating from the 13th to 15th century, this at first seems a humble structure, with uneven floors and listing arcades. But the stone is warm and inviting, and the precious stained glass is rich and dignified. Exceptionally fine box pews, added in the 17th and 18th centuries, crowd round the nave arcades. Holy Trinity has not been rebuilt in modern times, and so is a faithful embodiment of the post-Reformation church. St. Martin calls itself an old church in a modern guise. Others have called it a phoenix risen from the ashes, and is now a haven of calm in the heart of York. But in 1942, it was reduced to a smoldering ruin during a bombing raid on the city. The church stood desolate until restoration work began in 1961. The clock, first fitted in 1668, and the gilded head of Father Time are replacements for the originals destroyed in the air raid. The jaunty little admiral, however, survived the fire and is still taking a sighting of the sun with his sextant. Have you ever dreamt of stepping into a painting? Take an awe-inspiring journey into the world of Van Gogh, one of the greatest artistic geniuses of the 19th century, exploring his life, his work, and his secrets as never before through cutting-edge 360-degree digital projections and a uniquely atmospheric light and sound show. York isn't just a city you visit. It's a city that happens to you. One moment you're sipping tea in a centuries-old tea room. The next you're tracing Roman walls, ducking into a medieval snickleway, or gliding down the Ouse as the Minster glows in the distance. Its history is worn proudly in its stones, yet it hums with a modern energy, from inventive dining and boutique shopping to festivals that turn the streets into a stage. This is a place where every turn offers a story, every building has a secret, and every meal feels like an occasion. Whether you come for the riverside rambles, the world-class heritage, the cozy pubs, or the sheer romance of its skyline, York has a way of making you feel like you belong here, even if it's your first visit. So pack your curiosity, and perhaps an extra pair of shoes for those cobbles, and let York work its magic. You won't just take home photographs. You'll take home a piece of the city's soul.